Hello my gorgeous Sagittarius, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you my gorgeous Sagittarini, and it's for September 2022. Oh my goodness, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I want to say this to you, and why I think that this month it's going to be such an important stage for you, because it is going to be all about the actual turning point that you're going to have. And in fact, on the 11th of September, something really strange is going to happen, something really bizarre, and this situation, it's really going to make you think, and this situation is really going to make you wonder, and after that moment in time, so much is going to start changing. But I am going to get back to that in a minute. So when it comes to the actual numerology, your number is number 11. So this is you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, finally finding yourself on the path. I'm not saying that you haven't been on this particular path before, but it's a lot about you just realizing and understanding how important this stage for you is, and that in itself also means that you are going to have a control, my gorgeous Sagittarini, over the actual situation that was making you feel very down, that was making you feel really sad, that was making you feel really unhappy, and you're also going to have a control over a situation after a long time. After this, this affected your strength, it affected your balance, of course it affected your vibration, it affected your courage, it affected your way of thinking, it affected your energy, and ultimately it was affecting your determination. And this is kind of, these things in life do happen, and they do take over, and they're kind of leading the path until we come across like such an important stage which you are going to have. What is going to happen on the 11th of September is going to change absolutely everything. So this is what I'm trying to say. And not only that it's number 11 when it comes to the actual numerology for you this month, but you also have number 11, the 11th day of September, which is going to be playing an important role. So now you have 11. So now I feel a very strong need to actually shuffle this deck, but look what was at the bottom of this deck. The actual strength. The strength is what I have been talking about. This is all about the courage. It's all about determination. It's all about the actual, you feeling very strongly. It's all about your own, like kind of like you having a control over a situation. But then again, it's a lot to do with you becoming aware of an accomplishment in your life, and also at the same time finding yourself on the spiritual quest, to actually move on, to take that on the next level, to take your accomplishment on the next level. Is the accomplishment that you already have been aware of it, but now because the energies are going to be absolutely superb, your eyes are going to be open. So those things in the backgrounds that have been slowing you down are actually going to slowly but surely start fading away. And also when it comes to this importance of this number 11, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I just felt really the need to actually do this, because as soon as I saw these numbers repeating, I knew it, that this month is literally going to change your life. You have to understand, and you have to remember to trust yourself, okay? Trust your voice within throughout these months. You are going to be faced with the challenges. You are going to be faced with the people who are really going to irritate you, purely because you're going to understand through these people the advanced level that you are at yourself, and almost as there are going to be a couple of challenges where you are going to be almost like, the certain people in your life are going to be like kind of winding you up, but then at the same time it is just all the part of the challenge and the process that you need to go through. The bottom line is to stay on top of things and do not let the distractions of daily life like take you away from the path that you should be on. The people that are going to be kind of like maybe irritating you, are going to people who are in your life, who mean to you so much, who don't hate you or dislike you or anything like that. No, 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 baby, no. Complete opposite. But it's just a daily life. Maybe this is to do with your children. Maybe this is to do with your parents. Maybe this is to do with the great friends. It really depends. These people are important. But what you must remember is to not to allow them to affect your concentration levels. So don't allow this to swing you off the actual of your current path. So this is what you need to remember. And going back to the importance of 1111 for you, look at this, my gorgeous Sagittarini. This is amazing. It's all about the justice. The balance is about to come back into your life, but also this after the on the 11th of September and onwards, you really can expect such an amazing news, like really incredible news. It's to do like a lot with you, what you know and what you understand and what you're aware of in terms of the actual justice. If you have been waiting for some kind of a justice, for some kind of a court case, of something to be decided, you know, for you, most importantly and most certainly, decision is going to be in your favor. But then again, on another hand, you have been through so much. You've been helping to other people quite a lot, really unselfishly, without you even realizing. So this is a lot to do with your own karma. But then at the same time, it's a lot to do with you understanding that you are really over the next, over the last 7 days in September, you are going to be facing an important decision. And you're the only one who can make that decision. Do not go to Mary. Do not go to John. Do not go to James. Do not go to Michael. Do not go to Lorraine. No, baby, no. This needs to come from you. And even if you make the wrong decision, it doesn't matter. You still give a time and chance to yourself to heal and go over again until you make it right. So this decision 1,000,000% need to be yours, and this is what you need to remember. And also, when it comes to 1111, I just have to do this again, my gorgeous Sagittarini. I really have to, because I really like this number. When it comes, look at this, like, oh my goodness, like 10 of coins. You see this? It is just basically you are gonna have an opportunity of your lifetime. Listen to me very carefully. In between the 11th of September and the end of that month, you are going to have an opportunity of your lifetime, especially when it comes to living the life that you wanted to live in a long time, doing the right thing financially, doing the right thing when it comes to yourself, making the right decision, making the right choice, understanding that there is going to be some hard work, ahead of you, but it doesn't really matter. Do you know what I mean? You must not let that put you off, my gorgeous Sagittarini, whatsoever. And also, when it comes to this month, it's all about you basically, when I say that you're going to have control over a situation that was really kind of affecting your strength and it affecting your self-esteem, it was affecting your confidence quite a lot. That in itself is going to resolve in you feeling very self-illuminated, and that on another hand, it's going to lead towards you realizing exactly what you're in self-denial about, and as soon as you become aware of what you are in self-denial about, you will know that that particular thing, it's really kind of, you need to work on it because it's slowing you down. But it's also, as soon as you become aware of what you're in self-denial about, you're going to have a fresh inspiration and enthusiasm slowly but surely coming into your life. I really like it because now suddenly you're going to feel, oh yeah, you want to start this, you want to start that. It's like about starting up a project, baby, but it's a lot to do with a new direction, and this new direction, it's not like a brand new direction in your life, but it's to do with an aspect that you need to bring in order to expand yourself, in order to take the next necessary steps, so you don't stay like in a route. And then on another hand, this is also gonna be, do you know what? Like, simple to explain this. It's all about your devotion. It's all about what you're passionate about. It's all about doing what you love doing. It's all about doing what you like doing. It's all about you expressing yourself, my gorgeous Sagittarini. It's all about you expressing yourself the way you want to express yourself. And this is the sign that we have to do things in life that makes us good, that makes us happy, that makes us excited, because this is exactly what we should be doing. Each one of us is so different. Each one of us is on a specific different spiritual journey, and each one of us requires from us to like use this reflection and to take this reflection on. And how are we going to do this? By following those things that make you unique, by following those things that make you feel good, by following those things that you're passionate about. This is your sign that this is what you should be doing. And it doesn't matter how old are you. It doesn't matter whether you're working or you're not working, whether you have a career, whether you're retired. No, baby, no. It doesn't really matter. Just focus on your passion, regardless at what level in your life you are. Because this, journey, I told you millions of times, I know, but this life, it's like over like this, we are 10, 20, 30, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 if we are lucky enough to live to that age, So it's like it goes really, really fast. My point is to really kind of establish what makes you feel passionate. And this in itself, it's also going to start increasing your personal power, personal vibration, and it's going to make you feel really strong, especially if you kind of establish this right now in September. Because in between now, September, and in between September 2022 until the end of December 2022. You see, December 2022 is going to be like a bomb of a month when it comes to you, but especially when it comes to the explosion of like things that are going to come out of it in the best possible way. Something is going to be presented to you then that you're going to realize like, oh my God, if I haven't done this, if I haven't done that in September, I wouldn't be enjoying this now. You see what I mean? So this is why this is so important. So it's all about you understanding, to offer more towards something very, very specific, but it's at the same time it's to do with things that make you feel passionate, baby, no matter what this is, because you are about to overcome really huge obstacle, and that in itself, my gorgeous Sagittarius, it's also going to make you aware of a very, very important conversation with someone, very important conversation with someone that you need to have, and you've been putting this off, you've been putting this off, you've been putting this up, you've been putting this down, you've been putting this on the left, you've been putting this on the right. Like, no, baby, no, you have to deal with this. You have to have this important conversation with someone who you just do not like to have a conversation with. But sometimes in this life, oh my God, we have to do things like that. So you are going to become aware of an important conversation that you're going to need to have, and something is going to happen here. Almost like, the certain problem, it's not going to come to an end until you really talk and until you have a conversation with this particular person here. And there is something not quite right with that person. Something is quite like unusual about that person, and I think that person has got a problems with like maybe some kind of, I can see patched up dark energy. So this normally indicates that the person is like maybe having some kind of problems with like maybe addiction or drugs, or something is not quite right along those lines. So this is messing up their own energy quite a lot, and they also are not like always honest, but you are aware of this. But then this is like the fact about these addictions, kind of take over quite a lot when it comes to the person's personality, if you know what I mean. So it just plays a significant role and part in all this. But basically, just the bottom line is, when you have the conversation with this person, you are going to realize something so important here. And what you're going to realize, it's almost like, it's going to be like conversation, realization, and then suddenly like, oh my God, it's going to turn into some kind of negotiation. But this is going to turn out to be really good for you, because you are going to find yourself, like advantage here, like a really great advantage. And you are going to realize something really big and something so important, especially when it comes to you, kind of like you through that person, you're gonna realize the importance of letting go of like some kind of bad idea. There you go. Do you see what I mean? So karmically, this is gonna be a big mama for you, because it's gonna help you quite a lot to actually let go of bad ideas. So for some reason, that person is going to be playing an important role here indeed. So as soon as you become aware of that, this is going to start the process of your own transition when it comes comes to your spiritual journey, but also at the same time you are going to become aware of something like some kind of a knowledge that at around this time as well, through this, that this knowledge is something that you should be sharing, especially to those people who are so important and significant in your life. And then on another hand, my gorgeous Sagittarini, at around the actual 17th and 18th of September, you are gonna feel like a little bit someone is gonna be, God, this sounds really weird, but someone is gonna be like a little bit rude, and someone is gonna like respond to you in a very like a kind of horrible way, but then it's a lot to do with the hurtful words that you're going to be feeling at the same time. And that in itself, it's like really kind of again, that person again, you see this particular person who is just gonna kind of tell you something kind of a little bit rude, but at the same time it's to do with the hurtful words. So this in itself, it's really kind of gonna, oh my God, it's gonna kind of surprise you, but then at the same time it's gonna be brilliant, because you will know exactly like what to focus on because of that. This is actually not only going to help you to show you what to focus on, but at the same time it's really gonna help you with your own concentration levels, because it's gonna bring the energy into your life, which is just gonna make you feel like you are undestroyable, that you're undestructible, and that's exactly what you are. The power of your spirit is going to be rising, but at the same time you are this is going to kind of bring a big resolution to your problem, because it's a lot to do with the conclusion that you're going to have after this moment in time. It's going to turn into some kind of healing, because it's going to surprise you the satisfactory result that you are going to have. So it's all about the fulfillment, but at the same time it's about the compromise that you're also going to kind of become aware of. That compromise, it's also going to inspire you so much. This in itself, it's going to be brilliant, especially when it comes to that conclusion that I've just mentioned, and compromise, because that in itself, it's really going to give you time to actually take a break and recharge a little bit. This is so important, my gorgeous Sagittarini, especially in between the 17th of September and the end of that month. Please, in between the 17th of September and the end of that month, when you see things that are getting a little bit too much, just remember to take a break and recharge. This is going to be very helpful to clear your head. And it's going to start this really important recovery period when it comes to your own reflection and mental preparation. This in itself is going to really help you, to tolerate things that you otherwise wouldn't be able to tolerate, because a lot is going to be happening after this moment. So you just kind of have to be prepared to be tolerant of people who absolutely don't make sense whatsoever. So this is, on another hand, this is not to do with the people who are connected to your life, with the people who are your family members or your best friends, but at the same time, within the last 15 days, within the last 14 days in September, you are gonna be kind of challenged with the people who have a completely different point of view to you, and there's no point. It's just gonna happen out of the blue, and you're just gonna find yourself having this conversation, and then you're gonna find yourself being really challenged, and then you just must not bite back whatsoever. This is a very strong indication that there is something very specific that you're going to learn out of that situation as well. At all costs, you have to be tolerant of people who don't make sense whatsoever. And at the same time, by doing this, I know this is going to sound crazy, but karmically you're doing something so important, because these people who are going to be telling this to you, going to be saying this to you, they have done something that you understand, but you like kind of, that there is no point for you to say anything, and things like that. So it's all about you understanding to be tolerant. That is going to create a really important karmic situation here, and the karmic situation that I'm talking about is going to bounce back, and it's also going to be returned like to you in abundance, like sooner than you can possibly imagine. You see what this card, oh, there you go, they fell on the floor, and I'll show you what fell on the floor. There you go. This is what is going to look at these cards, okay? King of Swords fell on the floor, and the Wheel of Fortune fell on the floor. You see, so this is what it's going to bring you an unexpected situation, my gorgeous Sagittarini. But this unexpected situation, it's all about you, kind of like it's going to return to you like such a goodness, where you will know exactly by clear communication and being direct. When that happens, you will know exactly what this is going to bring into your life. But at the same time, you need to accept something from the past is still holding you down, some kind of a sadness, some kind of negativity, somebody that was a little bit horrible to you. And this is, I'm afraid, an integral part of your spiritual journey. So now you're going to flip, like, you know, from the point number 7 to 777. So when you make such a big jump when it comes to your spiritual journey, when it comes to your soul, when it comes to your experiences, very often we are facing things that are still holding you down. So until we cut those cords with these people that are holding you down, we're not going to be able to progress as fast as we could. So this is why an acceptance is also part of the progress. So anybody who comes into your mind that you feel so angry about, or someone that you hate or dislike, you know, just try to understand that you're doing this for yourself, not for them. You will release your spirit, you know, and you will cut the cords with this negativity that is holding you down. And also by the end of the month, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you know, this is brilliant. By the end of the month, you will know, my God, you know, it's all about the opportunity for new happiness. You know, this is going to create a feeling of a weight off your shoulders. It's about to be lifted. By the same time, you know, the end of like a very, very bad and negative attachment, it's also going to happen. So that, you know, by the end of the month, it's all about you understanding exactly, you know what, after September especially, it's time to take actions, you know, it's time to take action. But you need to go through all this in September to start with. It's time to give birth to your dreams, but also, most importantly, whichever creative projects you have on your mind, whichever creative projects just come to you, oh my God, I feel creative about this, I feel creative about that, this is going to be super rewarded. Just remember this. So when things come to you, like when you start feeling really creative, it's not just coming out of the blue, you know, it's coming from somewhere very, very special. And what you should be doing is following this indeed. And also, it's so important to avoid the illusion of being trapped, okay? This is very important for you to understand, okay? So now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, basically, when it comes to nutrition, I again highly suggest you, like, my goodness, you must at all costs take something like a natural vitamin D3, because this is going to help you with your sensitive bones. You're going to find your bones being quite sensitive again, but this is also going to increase your energy levels, and it's also going to boost your immune system. Natural vitamin D3, of course, this is my own brand that I decided to create because it was very difficult to find a proper, good quality, fantastic nutritional supplements. So that's why I decided to create this label myself, because everything is like of an exceptional quality, and everything is absolutely without any horrible ingredients, just pure vitamins of an exceptional quality. And plus, above that, on top of that, it's suitable for vegetarians and vegans too. Another thing I highly recommend you is zinc, and this zinc, obviously in combination with the actual vitamin D3, it's absolutely a must in order to boost your immune system. But it's also going to be absolutely superb for your skin, hair and nails. And then the third thing that I'm highly recommending you, it's going to be organic chlorella, again my own brand. And this is a big mama, that everybody should be taking organic chlorella, because metal is absolutely everywhere. It's in the soil, it's in the ground, it's in the earth, it's in the air. Metal is everywhere, believe me, you know, it's absolutely everywhere. So what chlorella has got to do with this? Well, let me tell you that organic chlorella is probably one of the best things that you can take in order to detoxify yourself from all these rather dangerous metals in our body, okay? And on top of that, it's like full of vitamins, minerals, and also on top of that, it's like packed with protein, and it has got omega-3 essential fatty acids, which are superb when it comes to mind, when it comes to memory, when it comes to our thinking, you know. So you're feeding yourself in every every single possible way. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now going on the very first date that I need you to be careful about, it's going to be the 1st of September. On the 1st of September, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you are going to be facing an obstacle. And that obstacle that you're going to be facing, it's almost like going to be like a tiny little problem in itself, but it's also to do like being caused by the certain delays as well. So that obstacle that you're going to be facing, you are actually also, this is important for you to work on this and to realize what this is, because this is going to help you to be well established, okay? So this is something that you need to do in order to build upon your own success. And this obstacle was also like kind of like making things very difficult to you indeed. And when you were like kind of trying to do things, when you were like kind of working on something, you would find things more difficult than what they actually were. So this is when we are constantly kind of reminded and like kind of constantly reminded also like that there is something that we need to work on, something that it's missing in terms of an investment into the particular part of our life. So this is all kind of going to be connected to someone very consistent in your life, somebody very loyal to you in many different ways, but somebody very consistent in your life and very experienced in so many different levels. It's actually going to play an important role here, especially when it comes to you a kind of like having an information that you already knew that you not need to do, but you're just like kind of, oh my god, I'm scared, you know. But then again, that person is going to confirm this to you. But this is all about you stepping a little bit towards an unknown area and stage of your life, but also gathering a little bit of a vava-vumish energy to this person, because this person is very knowledgeable and it's going to mean to you so much, their green light, if I can call it like this. So through that person, you will know through that consistent person in your life, you will know that this is actually to do that with that obstacle that you're facing. What you need to do, it's about wise investment. You will know where exactly do you need to invest in your life, what part of your life do you need to invest to in order to come out of it, in order to go on the next step of your life, which is going to make you very, very independent, and it's also going to make you feel very enthusiastic. You're going to inspire yourself, but you know what? You're actually going to inspire other people around you as well. You're going to become so charismatic, after this moment in time. And that in itself, it's going to show you, exactly the importance of putting yourself as number one, and importance of like nurturing that part of your life as much as you can. Even if 1 million people tell you, what are you doing? No, that's wrong. No, baby, no. Just remember, it's about your spiritual purpose. It's about your soul purpose. This is your life. It's for you to live, not for anyone else to tell you what you should do or how you should do it. So you primarily go and live this life by following your passion. Follow those things that make you feel good. It doesn't matter what anybody else says, or it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing, So this is something that you need to stick to, because it's all about you understanding to actually nurture that part of your life, and that in itself, it's really kind of like going to create a very exciting and intellectual challenge in itself, but it's going to bring you so much insight as you go along. And in fact, in between the 1st and the 10th of September, there is so much brilliant insight that you are going to have. And also in between the 1st and the 10th of September, there is going to be very kind of like unusual information that you're going to become aware of, that you're going to find very challenging to receive. But then again, the way you need to respond is just to review all documents very carefully, because something is going to come to the surface that it's going to become very attractive to you, that has never been attracted to you before. And this is where things are going to start becoming very interesting indeed. By the time we get to the second date, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's of course going to be on the 11th of September. Now the 11th of September, you know, this is this very, very kind of like what you're gonna be told here, you know. So first of all, on the 1st of September, you are having a very interesting advice, you know, but that you're gonna be told kind of directly. But on the 11th of September, it's what you're gonna gather, you know, what you're gonna understand, what you're gonna realize, the realization that you're gonna have. I mean, the 11th of September in itself, it's gonna feel like a different dimension. It's gonna feel like a different world. Suddenly the energy is going to pick up. Suddenly you're going to feel very optimistic, you're going to feel very strong, you're going to feel extremely adventurous, and you're going to be thinking about a certain part of your life very intensely, in terms of exploration. And then what you're going to realize, something really amazing on the 11th of September. You're going to realize something incredible, okay, through this person who is really down to earth, through this person who is really amazing, through this person who is really like kind of like a resourceful, for this person who is so like centered, so grounded. This person also really loves nature so much, you know. There's so many amazing qualities about this particular person, and this person, you're gonna realize, you know, some kind of like a very bold idea you're gonna have. How exactly can you attack a certain problem, how exactly to attack certain problem, and how to do it quite quickly as well, because that particular problem that you need to attack at this stage of your life, my gorgeous Sagittarius, it's only slowing you down. It's like, you know, it caused so much blame, like a self-blame. It even brought like a lot of little like insomnia into your life. It made you feel very difficult every single time when you would start something, like some kind of new start, new beginning, new project. Every time you would kind of, this would come up like, oh God, I'm not too sure, you know, I've been through this, I've been through that. No, baby, no. This person is going to play such a miraculous role in your life that it's actually going to bring you mental strength, courage, you know, the clarity that you are going to have, and it's all going to lead towards a very interesting and new idea as well. But it's not only that, it's a strategy, and the actual you being so inspired to like have a strong communication here. You're going to feel very inspired, and it's to do with a certain declaration as well. You're going to feel really inspired to put your foot down and just like be the leader, you know. This is so important in your life, my gorgeous Sagittarius. But at the same time, look, remember, you see this, my gorgeous Sagittarius, at the same time, where is the 11th going to lead towards? You removing very horrible, vile, unhealthy attachment that has been affecting you for a long time. This is where you're going to become aware of exactly what unhealthy attachment in your life became way too unhealthy, and this is important for you to cut it out immediately. Okay, so by the time we get to the last part of this last date, so now what else I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Sagittarius, absolutely bracelet, red jasper. It's something, these are also absolutely superb, they're beautiful, and when they're very powerful in terms of, on one hand, keeping us very cool, keeping us down, keeping us grounded, keeping us centered, keeping us protected by negativity around us that we come across very often. But then on another hand, it keeps this passion on top of things. Okay, it helps us to follow our own passion, and it helps us to have a confidence to follow this passion through at the time when even doesn't seem like we're gonna get anything out of it, and this would put us off. But then at the same time, we are going through much needed process of learning. Even if things turn out to be negative, you know, sometimes we have to go through that, because we find out different things about us, different things about our life, different things about our situation, and that in itself helps us with our own reflection. So we just become thirsty for more when it comes to a very specific and particular part of our lives that we should be following, and sometimes we are put off or put off, put off. Sometimes we are put off purely because in timing, in terms of timing, can take too long. So this is why braced and very just, but it's absolutely remarkable because it just helps you to be grounded in a certain way, and then to keep on top of things, through your own passion. This gorgeous bracelet and very just, but comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. Same with my vitamins. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. So the last date is going to be on the 26th of September. Now the 26th of September, you are gonna become aware of like some kind of like a person who is capable of swindling. Okay, so you're going to become aware of the person who is capable of swindling, and that in itself, it's really kind of going to make you aware, and it's going to prove to you the certain point of why you felt lonely for a while, and why you felt like kind of unhappy for a while. And so this is where you're going to become aware of the fact that if you carry on like this, you're only going to be like kind of self-punishing yourself, and it's again an important moment of you needing to realizing that this was also affecting your own success, and it's to do again with you realizing that you have to remove yourself from this whatsoever. And how you gonna do this? Well, now you already know what is making you, what has been making you unhappy, but then at the same time, it's all about you understanding that it's to do with revisiting a very, very old plan. So the bottom line is that when you become aware of like you're gonna suddenly just out of the blue, this is gonna lead towards you in between the 26th of September and the end of that month, this is gonna lead towards you feeling very nostalgic, and now suddenly you're gonna be thinking about your childhood. It's very important to remember what exactly you're focusing on, where exactly you go back in your childhood. Pay attention to long time ago. Pay attention to people around you. Pay attention to who is on your mind. Pay attention to how you're feeling. Pay attention to where you keep on drifting to, because you will be keep on drifting to the specific point in your past, and that in itself means that the reflection from the past is going to bring you an insight when it comes to what you can replace this in your life with. But at the same time, you're going to realize the future opportunities ahead. You're going to become aware of coming events, and you're also going to become aware of like plans that are going to be absolutely remarkable. But at the same time, what I also like is the stage and the period in between the 26th of September and the end of that month. I like this so much, going to be quite interesting and surprising achievement. And this achievement, it's going to make you feel so good. My goodness, this achievement, it's a lot to do with your own recognition. It's going to make you feel like you're feeling so honored with yourself, and you will know that this is going to lead towards a really big, quite huge, massive change, like an ultimate change in your life. And you will know only like what you're going to become aware of. It's going to make you feel you're going to feel and have such a great fulfillment, because this is to do with your passion. This is to do with you taking your passion on the next level, but it's also to do with your own capability, so that you're going to find this really rewarding. But also at the same time, it's about desire, determination, and the strong willpower that you are going to have. It's all going to lead towards this particular choice towards the very end of September. This particular choice that you're going to become aware of, it's going to be very, very intelligent choice. It's to do with your desire, it's to do with your will, it's to do with the resolution, it's to do with so much in your life indeed. My goodness. Okay, so pay attention in between the 26th of September and the end of that month. What exactly do you desire? You're gonna feel a very, very strong and powerful desire towards the certain aspect of your life, but at the same time, it's almost like there is going to be the wall in between. But you know what? This wall is going to be made of glass. You will be able to look through this wall, and that means that it's all in your mind. So be positive, be optimistic, and for the love of God, stay open-minded, my gorgeous Sagittarini. And also now, I'm just going to say briefly what to pay attention to in the first part of September, mid part of September, and the last part of September. Like I didn't say enough. Like I didn't say enough so far, yeah? So it's the first, mid, and the last part of September. But before I go there, I also highly recommend you this absolutely gorgeous Indonesian crazy lace agate. This is one of the most beautiful pendants I've ever had. And this is something that I recommend you for September, October, and November. This is not only absolutely gorgeous, they're absolutely beautiful, they're striking. They're so striking, but also when I feel it, I already feel like my energy is like a picking up. You know, when you're just me holding it now, it's opening me up like psychically and intuitionally, psychically and in an intuitional way. It's like opening me up, okay, quite a lot. So this in itself is like kind of really important pendant to wear, because it's going to help you to reconnect with yourself. It's going to help you to understand your intuition even more. It's going to open you up psychically. It's going to help you to understand your dreams, to remember your dreams, like to kind of pay attention to the certain parts of your dreams. But it's going to help you so much to elevate yourself from the negativity and the people who don't make sense. So sometimes subconsciously we get affected by these people because we tend to think negatively, because this energy can be very, very infectious indeed. So this negative energy can be an infectious energy in a negative way, of course. So this Indonesian lace agate, this really helps you, crazy lace agate really helps you to like kind of like keep drifting towards your dreams, you know, without being stopped, you know, with things that absolutely don't mean anything to your life, but they do have power to kind of like slow us down indeed. This gorgeous Indonesian crazy lace agate comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you're also supporting my channel as well. So the very first part of September, you know, I like this so much. I like it. The end of challenging times. Things are looking up. Things are looking up. My gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm sorry about my singing, but it's the end of challenging times for you. At the beginning of September, you are going to feel this within the first 7 days. Indeed, things are finally looking up, because you are going to have information which is going to put a big smile on your face, but it's also going to bring a welcome relief into your life. You know, you are about to start finding your way to a very, very peaceful place indeed. The mid part of September, you know, it's all about an important spiritual recovery. Just remember, this is something that I would like to really make you understand, that, you know, don't forget to take a break and recharge, please. So that can be a couple of days spending time in the nature, by the sea, by the water. Water is really spiritual. The nature is extremely powerful when it comes to our energy. So just like kind of like, you know, remember to take a break and recharge. It's important for your mental preparation in the recovery period when it comes to your own reflection. But also on another hand, when it comes to the mid-September, just like embrace as much as you can people around you who mean to you quite a lot. You're gonna feel quite strong feeling to actually reconnect with people, and you should. And also when it comes to mid-September, remember to make choices from the heart. Okay, this is very, very important indeed. You making choices from the heart, it's also going to start the process of recovery in your life. And the last part of this month, it's like basically what I really like is you're gonna realize exactly you're gonna realize exactly, you know, the last part of this month, people who you can trust. People who you can trust. And I'm not saying that there are people around you that you can't trust, but this is going to make you feel so good about yourself, because it's also the last part of this month. It's all about the process of you reconnecting with people who also think like you, and this is going to mean to you so much. So if you feel lonely or something like that, please try to kind of reconnect with people who think like you. This is a very, very important when it comes to your own progress. So now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are in relationships. Yeah, so for those of you who are in relationship, my gorgeous Sagittarini, at around At around the 15th of September, my gorgeous Sagittarini, there is going to be very interesting sign, very unusual sign, very bizarre sign, that it's almost going to be from a different dimension. Something is going to happen, and like you will know that you have been visited by something, or you will know that this is to do with the spirit, with the spiritual world, but something is going to happen in front of you, and you're going to become aware of like something very unusual. And at that moment in time, you are both like kind of going to know that at that moment in time you mentioned something, or just before that you mentioned something, and you will know that something that made you feel very extremely unhappy, both of you. So that sign in itself, you will know what to do. What do you need to do when it comes to that unhappiness? You will know exactly what the way out is going to be, because you mentioned it. You will mention it in the conversation with your partner. Your partner is going to mention it in a conversation with you right before that happens, or at the time when that happens. So you will know that there is something that you both need to do in order to make an important step forward. And after that moment in time, you're both going to be so much happier. It's to do with an aspect of your life that just like kind of like really got stuck in between, in the middle, and now it's just entirely down to you, up to you to realize that it's not going to start moving on until you do something about it. So you are going to have a very important sign here when it comes to what exactly do you need to do, because you're both going to mention this, and it's only going to be highlighted. Okay, so for those of you who are single and ready to mingy my gorgeous Sagittarini, you know, my goodness, it's such a stage here. It's like for those of you who are single, first of all, you're gonna be just like a little bit disappointed with someone, but this is not like, it's not someone who you're like completely crazy in love with because you're single. Maybe it was someone who you had a bit of like a stranger in the night, Sagittarini in the morning. Maybe you had a bit of that moment with that person, but however, it wasn't nothing too serious. So it's someone who kind of passed by, or maybe you just saw someone who you fancied and you were like, hello darling, and then a week later you're like, oh my god, how could I even like that? How could I even fancy this? Do you know what I mean? So it could be like something like that. So the first person, basically, so for those of you who are single, you're gonna realize that, you know, you're gonna just have a little bit of disappointment about someone who you fancied briefly. That doesn't matter, it means nothing. Then the second thing, at around the 18th of September, you are gonna become aware of some kind of like a hidden and unknown, you're gonna become awake to an unknown danger. That unknown danger that you're gonna become aware of on the 18th of October, it's going to make you aware of the fact that you are gonna need to start the process of change. And the process of change, it's also going to consist of you realizing that you have to abandon the certain part of your life. And the abandonment that you're gonna become aware of, it's you realizing that only now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you are gonna realize that you're actually ready to let someone new into your life. So this is why it hasn't been happening, and this is why you've been kind of, oh you fancy someone, then 10 minutes later, no baby, no, you know, you find something that you don't like. These are all the signs that you just weren't ready. So you know what, this person that you became a little bit disappointed about, this maybe stranger in the night, or maybe it didn't even come to this, it doesn't matter. I'm saying it's not important because it's not someone whom you are like emotionally connected, like whatever. But actually I shouldn't say that, because it is important, because it's the last person that you need to gather something from, because through that person you will understand that you are very kind of bored of a certain aspect of your life. So only after that person you will get to this realization, but it's going to come from somewhere else. So on one hand you're going to realize, do you know what, I really want to find someone, and this is good. But then on another hand, you're also going to realize that you need to make an important change. It's going to happen with a readjustment that you're going to become aware of. It's coming with something like slowly entering your life, new aspect. Whether you're going to start going somewhere new for the first time, or whether you're going to continue to go somewhere but on a different days, it's to do with a new aspect coming into your life. This is important because it's putting you on the path as well. At the same time, you know, like with someone very, very important who is about to walk in and play an absolutely mind-blowing role in your life. And it's not even going to be that long after this moment in time. Like, oh my God. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all so much. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.